The power of tiny habits that make a difference. James Clear, who was an ordinary high school baseball player, experienced a life-altering accident when he was struck in the heart 3 times and suffered a brain swelling and a popped-out left eyeball due to a friend's accidental swing of a baseball bat. Although his body slowly recovered, his life as a baseball player seemed shattered. However, 6 years later, James was named one of the 33 college representatives for ESPN's All-American College Baseball team. How did this happen? James developed the habit of going to bed early and getting enough sleep while others played games late into the night. He gradually added small habits, cultivating study habits and strength training routines. These tiny habits gradually transformed James's life, and his book, Atomic Habits, based on his experiences, became a #1 bestseller on Amazon, gaining widespread attention. People are already enthusiastic about the importance of habits, and numerous books emphasizing the power of habits are being published. However, in James Clear's Atomic Habits, he shares easily accessible methods to start with very small habits. As the saying goes, from small beginnings come great things, and these tiny habits can completely transform our lives. So, how do we create small habits that can change our lives? The most important thing in developing habits is simply to start and consistently maintain them. When setting goals, most of us say, "I should eat healthier," or "I should write more," but we often fail to specify when and where we will implement these habits. To turn a behavior into a habit, we need to make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. By breaking down larger goals into smaller actions and attaching them to specific cues or contexts, we can make them more likely to happen. Additionally, celebrating small wins and reinforcing positive experiences associated with the habit can increase its stickiness. Remember, the power of tiny habits lies in their cumulative effect over time. So, start with small changes, be consistent, and watch as these tiny habits reshape your life. If you want to start building habits, it's crucial to assign a specific time and place to the habit. Write down the habit using the sentence, "I will do what, when, and where." For example, "I will study English for 20 minutes in my room at 6 p.m., or "I will exercise for 1 hour at the neighborhood gym at 5 p.m. However, even with such goal setting, many people still procrastinate and fail to follow through. This is where the 2-minute rule comes in. To achieve your goals, it's essential to start with small steps, but our impatience often leads us to try to do too much too quickly. As a result, we end up getting tired and postponing things. The 2-minute rule suggests starting with tasks that take less than 2 minutes when developing a new habit. For example, if you want to cultivate the habit of reading a book before bed, you can start by committing to reading 1 page each night. If you want to establish a morning exercise habit, you can start by tying your shoelaces every morning. The key to the 2-minute rule is to make the habit easy to start. When setting goals, it's also helpful to create 5 habit gates or steps that make it easier to start and progress. If your goal is to run a marathon, the first gate would be to start with the 2-minute rule by tying your shoelaces. Once the first gate becomes a habit, you can move on to the next gate of walking for 10 minutes. From there, you can progress to walking 1,000 steps, running 5 kilometers, and ultimately achieving your goal of running a marathon. No matter how ambitious the goal, it starts with a small habit like tying your shoelaces. It's important to consistently practice these small habits. To ensure consistent practice, you can use the paperclip strategy. An example is that of Diane Smith, a new employee at a Canadian bank. Every morning after starting her job, she placed a container with 120 paperclips and an empty container on her desk. Before making her first sales call, she would make a call and then transfer 1 paperclip from the full container to the empty one. She repeated this process until the empty container was filled with 120 paperclips. As a result, in just 18 months, Diane Smith generated $5 million in sales and earned an annual salary of over $100,000. Using the paperclip strategy, you can consistently write 1 page of your novel every day or do 1 set of push-ups. Moving the paperclip serves as a visible marker that shows you have completed a specific task, providing the motivation and drive to maintain small habits every day. This process of measuring, did I perform the habitual action, is called habit tracking. Habit tracking itself acts as a reward, helping you consistently engage in habitual behaviors. Can one coin make someone rich? No, it cannot. But what if that one coin becomes 10, 100, or 1,000? The same applies to small habits. It's about making incremental changes that can transform our lives. James Clear once said, "If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done." Creating small habits that can completely transform our lives is possible. I encourage you to explore the book Atomic Habits to find the answers you seek.